Already back before I was interrupted, man. Just basically, just showing you how gradually all these various things is lining up with the fall of this man society, man. Even with as far as the food costs, the diesel, and all these various things that you see taking place, it's gonna lead to a famine. And this is Second Esdras chapter 16 and verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. See, a lot of the famine of the food is going to take place very, very soon in America, because why? The farmers can't keep up with the demand. They can't keep up with the demand, the supplies, the equipment, all the various things that are taking place. So it's going to usher in a famine of food, which will lead to pestilence. Because when they don't have a lack of these supplies, all these people that's on these different meds, they're gonna what's gonna happen? They're gonna drop dead, man, and that's gonna lead to pestilence. And it says the beginning of sorrows, great mournings, beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Evils means bad times. Bad times are here. And if you're looking around and you're paying attention, you can clearly see that bad times is already taking place in the shores of America, man. It said, behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish shall be sent as scourges for a minute. And this is all the will of the Lord. Because while you Negro, Latino, Americans, and Hispanics, you tribes is not paying attention to the times you're living in, man. The Lord is plaguing this place. He's crashing this place through gradual things taking place to showing you this place is on its way out. The job losses, the lack of food, the lack of fuel, the lack of travel, that's coming. So now we're in a time where the Lord is showing you that he's the one that's plaguing Babylon the Great, man. And real quick, let's finish it out. I'm gonna jump down to verse 21. Salaki. It says, but all these things they should not turn from their wickedness or be always mindful for the scourges, man. And that's 2/3 of Jakes, man. They see all these various things lining up with the fall of the society, and they still doing what they want to do. They still going to Houston, going in there catching all these damn STDs and trying to party on spring break instead of actually getting that house in order with the Lord. They still on bullshit. And that's why when this shit hit, hey, we told you 2/3 niggas, man. We ain't gonna cry. We ain't gonna pray for you. We're gonna let the Lord continue to destroy your ass. Verse 21, it says, behold, victuals shall be sold cheap upon earth, that they should think themselves to be in a good case. Because you got to think, you living in the land of America where everything was abundance. You can get everything on every corner. All gas stations, you get food, anything. Everything was abundance. So everybody in America, that mindset was thinking they was in a good case. They couldn't see that America was on its way out, man. The only ones that had the eyesight to see are the men of the Lord, man. Because while we can see and we can hear various things lining up to the fall of this man's society, man. And it says, and even shall evils grow up on the earth. It says the sword, famine, and great confusion. And people in a state of confusion, they don't know why this stuff is taking place. Now you're hearing certain people say, oh, the greater muse and all this is taking place because Iran and this and that. But hey, it been going on. That was a key part of prophecy, but prophecy being fulfilled with the fall of this master system, with the exposure, with the espionage files, with as far as all these gradual things taking place, far as throughout the earth is lining up with the beast system, the great reset. So the prophecy being fulfilled, but we're in the latter end of prophecy where everything is being fulfilled through the will of the Lord, man. Now we're at the fall of this man's system, which is beautiful. So let's play this real quick.
Here, mainstream news. Okay, this video is going viral right now when two ladies in Australia went into this grocery store. It's playing in reverse right now, and it's completely empty. They went to get like chips or something, and the shelves are completely barren. Now, we mentioned yesterday, it seems like Australia is the first domino to fall in this shocking situation, but it's a glimpse of what we could see happening in other countries
And Australia is part of the Western world, man, because you got to think they used all these other countries as testing grounds when it comes to the farmers, when it comes to the diesel, when it comes to a lot of various things, they use them as testing grounds, man.
The very future. Remember, there's a lag from when in 2020 the lockdown was announced. It was like a month later that the economy was really just boom because of this whole shitstorm. So as we can see here, mainstream news is now talking about how a prolonged diesel shortage could halt the economy, empty supermarket shelves, and spike food prices by up to 50% due to higher transport and production costs. Now, mind you, don't think too hard about the fact that Australia in the 1970s produced 70% or so of its own fuel. Don't think about how in Canada, Alberta produces so much oil, so much natural gas, so much stuff, it's shocking, but we send it over to Saudi Arabia and then we buy oil from them, which makes a lot of sense. And don't even get me started what's going on with Texas, with their biggest or one of their largest oil refineries that's on fire yesterday. And Texas can produce so much oil, why is that not powering the United States? Instead, it's coming from who knows where? And also, does oil really run out? I'm just saying, like, does it come from fossils and ancient dinosaurs and phytoplankton? I'm just saying, there's other things going on here that is absolutely shocking. Now, come 2030, will we be in electric cars with
You got to take the meat out of bones when it comes to Esau.
lab-grown food because the food supply collapsed and the energy or the automotive industry and the way fuel works changes? Because that would be just, such a coincidence that some organizations have been planning something like that, and then this shocking situation unfolds, which leads to all those goals being met. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the whole part, man. This has been planned out, man. They use 2020 as a catalyst to help them push forth this new world order, man. And that's why they're going so hard now. And we can see that's the way the things are doing, because the Lord said of who? This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 14. It says, the Egypt shall I give. It said Egypt. It says the Egyptians will I give over to the hand of a cruel Lord, which is DJ Trump, man. This is why you're seeing everybody up in an uproar with him, as far as what's going on with the war, as far as going on with the economy. They're upset. But this is the will of the Lord. It says, and a fierce king shall rule over them. Thus said the Lord of hosts. And that's who? DJ Trump. He's that fierce king ruling over Babylon the Great, man. He's setting up the epic fall for this system, because it's all the will of the Lord, man. This great fall, man. This Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. And that's America. It has been a golden cup. It's been a beacon of light. Everybody wanted to come to America. Everybody wanted to be here, the land of the free, the home of the brave, right? But now everybody's seeing America for what it is, and everybody's fleeing to their own countries because they see America is on a rapid decline. It's collapsing. And it says it had made all the earth drunken, because all the earth was taking place of Babylon the Great, man. All the earth was going on and taken in as far as the democracy and the policies of Babylon. And it says the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. The nations took on the Babylonian system. They took on that that petrodollar, that fiat currency. Now they're mad because they see how they destroy their society, man. They see that America came in and took all their resources, and now look at their countries, they're desolate. Now we're seeing all the nations are coming together to conspire to take down this place. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen, destroyed. How for her take bond for her pain? If so, she may be healed. Now, it's not nothing you can stimulate this economy to getting back to the way it was. You can't heal Babylon because the Lord has it. The Lord has it ordained for a time where it's gonna fall. So it's nothing that's gonna stimulate and bring this economy back to the way it was. Man, this place is on its way out. It says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment have reached into the heavens and lifted up even to the skies, man. That's fulfilling what Revelation 18:5. The sins of Babylon have reached into the heavens, man. So it's nothing that you can do to get this place back to the golden days and the way it used to be. It's on its way out, man. It's already written from the beginning to the end how this place is going to go out. And now we're seeing the fulfillment of prophecy, how the Lord is gradually taking this place out, man. Starting that famine of food is going to cripple this place, man. The lack of diesel as far as the farmers when their equipment, as far as their supplies, is going to cripple this place. The diesel as far as the truckers not being able to move around, it's going to cripple this place, man. And that's what Esau Edom's doing. He's coming with the squeeze, pressure from above, pressure from below. And all these various things that he's doing is going to bring for a fall of this society, man. And we've been telling you for a long time, this is the end. We're witnessing the end of this man world, man, which is beautiful, man. Beautiful. We're witnessing the end of this man's system. They're going to come with energy crisis. That's already on the talks of the table. You're hearing people talking about that. Other countries talking about energy crisis. So why do you think they're talking about that? Because that's the talking point, the Operation Mockingbird, like they did around the C-19, 2020. To get you used to not driving on certain days and carpooling, that energy crisis that they're coming with, because it's nothing but control. It's nothing but control. But with them trying to do that, that's going to lead to uproars of the people, chaos, and anarchy. And if you in the spirit, you can clearly see that's what's coming, man. Because they're already predicting civil unrest, protests, civil war. Various things that take place, especially when it's a lack of family, it's a lack of bread and resources. That's what's gonna happen, man. And we're in the beginning stages of bad times, man. So, Apparatus, our Lord willing, this lesson was edifying through the spirit and power, Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. I want to close it out by saying, Call, Haloyim La, Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, Bashim Krakodash. Double honors to my apostle, elders, great millstone, will, peace and salutation, all I can, pushing this truth with our righteousness and sincerity. Shalom.